back to the Morning Brew. Larry Aarons here with my lovely co-host, Stephen J. Westman.
Lovely. Lovely on Tuesday.
Thanks for being here. This segment is brought to you by our friends at Albuquerque Free Press. ABQ Free Press has teamed up with Albuquerque Arts and Entertainment magazine to provide you with not only superb arts and entertainment coverage, but great investigative journalism with the good folks and reporters at ABQ Free Press. It's available all over town. Well, I feel like I'm at home entertaining some good friends. I really do feel that way. You guys, Vivian Nesbitt is here, and her husband, John Dillon. They are the hosts of a show on public radio called Art of the Song. How long has the show been on now?
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah, we've been on the air for 11 years. We're on about 150 stations nationwide.
It's incredible. And
it is.
Yeah. Congrats on the duration and the length of the show. And we're going to talk about that show a little bit. By way of background, Stephen, Vivian runs Saul Acting Academy.
Which I'm familiar with.
You are?
Yeah, okay, wow.
Awesome.
All right.
We love it when people are familiar with our work.
Yeah, and John's an author, and your studio is at the Acting Academy.
Huh? Yep, we're all under one roof.
I got to come and see your facility.
Definitely.
Got to come on over.
Yes.
How did Art of the Song get started?
Well, we started 11 years ago on one station in southern Colorado, KRZA in Alamosa, and we enjoyed doing it so much we thought, well, why can't we do it on a whole bunch of stations?
Right.
And so we hired a marketing specialist, and we're now heard on about 150 stations. We interview singer-songwriters and talk about their creative process, and the idea is to inspire listeners to explore their own creative outlets.
It's a big endeavor.
Yeah.
It is a big endeavor. But it's been highly successful, and we've gotten a lot of feedback from listeners who write in and say that they've been inspired to continue their creative process. We encourage people to find creative process in all different forms, not just music. But by hearing the stories of the creators of the music, they realize that we all have similar challenges. We have similar blocks. We have similar roadblocks that come up for us that keep us from thinking that we can actually do the things we love creatively.
And our slogan is, we all have a song to sing, whether it's music or art or raising a family or just treating every day as a creative expression.
And you don't have to get famous to be creative.
No.
Exactly.
Not at all. But we do relate to famous people, and you have them on your show. You can go ahead and drop names now. Who have you talked to?
Well, the most recent one, the show that's airing this week and will actually be on KUNM tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 10 p.m., is with Roger Daltrey of The Who. Now,
wow.
Real interesting story about how that came about. It was
there he is.
Somewhat unexpected.
I'm a huge fan.
He looks
I love that.
He looks a little different now.
There he is.
That's more how
Still a fan.
But he recently produced, they collaborated on an album with Wilco Johnson. And Wilco is a rock musician used to be with a group called Dr. Feelgood. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And so he approached Roger about helping him to do one final album. And so we were all set to interview Wilco Johnson about this project because it was a pretty heart-rending story. And we got a word from the producers that he wasn't feeling well that day, and so they had to cancel. And so we said, okay, well, and we just went about our day. A few minutes later, well, I guess about a half hour later, we got a call from the producer saying, hey, Roger Daltrey is in the studio in London. Would you mind talking with him? And didn't take us long to say.
That's how it happened.
Yes, yes.
That's amazing.
So we were so taken by surprise that it was just a very relaxed conversation, just like talking with old friends.
Truth be known, we were still in our PJs drinking coffee, and so it was a very relaxed interview.
That's even more beautiful knowing that.
Why not?
Wow.
We were sitting there, and finally we were like, it's Roger Daltrey that we're talking. So it was really big for us. So suddenly we snapped to the fact of who we were talking. Smokey Robinson is another recent interview that we did. We were really fortunate to talk with Smokey about his new album that is
Yeah.
out, and it's a phenomenal record of his history and appreciation with other artists who are joining him. It's a fantastic, and that again was a fantastic experience.
That's good to know.
And we also focus on some singer-songwriters that are local. Todd Tijerina comes to mind, who's a local bluesman and just a phenomenal player. And he's also part of the Standing O Project, which is our offshoot that we've begun. It's a website that supports singer-songwriters. It's a membership site where Art of the Song's archive is housed, so that you can hear all of the background and all of the interviews from over the past 11 years. And we also, the membership fee, half of that goes back to support the songwriters that are helping us get the word out. So John can tell you more about that. I'm a little clumsy with it, but
Yeah, well, you may not know it, but streaming, a lot of people are listening to their music by streaming it on phones or on their computers. And what people don't really know is that those streaming platforms do not pay artists very well. One of our member artists had about 70,000 plays on one of these sites, and she received a check for $7.33.
No kidding.
And so the Standing O Project is an effort to treat artists fairly, to help them get their music out, and to give them a nice revenue stream so that they can support their careers.
Oh, that's great. I like that effort.
It's important. I have a lot of friends. I think we all have friends who are performers, and you know how much they work, and to not get any compensation in the end, you can't keep doing it. For some of them, they cannot keep doing it. So
Hopefully this will grow into a movement. It's a grassroots movement. We have about 150 subscribers that are now paying $5, $10, or $20 a month, and we're hoping to grow that into the thousands.
perfect.
Yeah.
And how are you doing that outreach?
Through the internet, and the member artists are inviting their fans
That's
to
good.
join the community.
Growing it organically, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
We have a couple more pictures from Art of the Song, and I want to share these and describe who these folks are. Who's that gentleman?
That's Tom Paxton, who's a famous folk singer from
Yes,
the
he is.
60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we interviewed him on a stage here at the South Broadway Cultural Center
Oh,
a couple of
nice.
years ago.
it was in collaboration with AMP Concerts, with Neil Copperman's thing. He has brought us on to do these concerts and conversations live, sometimes at the South Broadway Cultural Center, sometimes at the Outpost Performance Space, and other times at the Hispanic Cultural Center, National Hispanic Cultural Center. It's been really a wonderful experience working with him.
You couldn't have a better proponent than Neil.
No, he's a fabulous
he's
promoter.
great.
Yeah.
I get an email from him once a day, and
Yeah.
it's always full of interesting stuff.
Yeah, he's
Here's
really,
another
really good.
shot of you guys with Roseanne Cash from the famous.
Oh, yes, Roseanne.
She's
is a-
dynamic.
Yeah,
She
we had
is.
the pleasure of interviewing her, I guess about 6 months ago, and she's very outspoken about the unfairnesses of streaming services, so we're definitely on the same page with that.
Yeah, the game is changing, and these artists got to figure out a way to change with it, and I think that is still going on, right?
I think that when Spotify and Pandora first came out, these streaming sites, not just to say that it's
Right.
just them, there's many streaming sites, but when they first came out, it was a wonderful opportunity for people to get their music heard and to be open to and be broadcast out to a broader market. So there was some benefit, and
Yeah.
it sort of has shifted because it's taken revenue away from places like iTunes or other other download sites.
Yeah.
So that people are no longer going to those sites and actually buying the music, they're going to the stream. So
Okay, Roger Daltrey on Art of the Song tomorrow night. What time is it heard locally?
10 p.m. on KUNM,
Very good.
89.9.
Very good.
How exciting!
Isn't that cool?
well, we're thrilled. Yeah, we're thrilled. It's a wonderful, he talks very deeply about, he gets very spiritual about it. It's really an interesting interview. It's not just, stories of old rock and
Beautiful.
roll days. So
Nice.
I
Yeah,
hope
and
you'll
if-
tune in.
And if you miss it on KUNM, you can listen to it on the Standing O Project, which is standingoproject.com.
It's really wonderful to
They're running
have
it.
both of you here. These folks are representative of the kind of creative people that we have right here in our community. So, Vivian, good to see you. John,
Great to see you.
likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy holidays to both of you.
And to you. We look
They
forward to
spoke
seeing
very
you.
highly of you, so
thank you.
glad
It's a
to be
pleasure to
sitting
meet
with you too. So.
Thank you.
Quick time out for a coffee refill. We'll be back with more after this on the morning. Brew.
I need that.
Sounds good.